Hello everyone. Today I want to invite you to join me for crostini and a cocktail. Crostini, or the singular crostino, is the Italian name for bread that has been toasted and topped with any number of delicious ingredients. And besides its value at cocktail parties, crostini makes a fine first course for dinner or main course for lunch. I'm going to put on my apron, and then we can get our crostini party started. So the first thing we need to do is cut up some bread. This is the beer bread that we made the other day. Cutting it about a ½ inch thick. I'm putting the bread on a baking sheet, and I have preheated the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. From what I've read, the only difference between bruschetta and crostini is the kind of bread you use. Bruschetta would use a rustic loaf like this beer bread, whereas crostini uses either Italian bread or even a French baguette or this French bread. I'm going to toast a variety of breads today. I'm cutting the bread on a diagonal to afford more surface area. You can toast the bread any number of ways, including in the oven, in a toaster, or on a grill pan. Choose whatever toasting method works for you. I am making 5 crostino today, and I'm going to start with one that is ricotta and tomatoes. So I have some paste tomatoes here, or roma, and I'm going to dice these. I need some basil. We're going to head out to the garden to fetch it. Then I'm adding some extra virgin olive oil, about 2 teaspoons for this amount, and some fresh, fragrant basil. Just tear the pieces. And then some oregano, or oregano, about a ½ teaspoon. And a nice pinch of salt, which will draw the juices out of the tomato. Give it a stir. And then I'm going to pop this into the refrigerator to let the ingredients marinate for about 20 minutes. Now I'm going to cut a garlic clove in half, and I'm going to rub the beer bread with the garlic. When the bread is toasted, the garlic practically grates itself onto the bread. And I'm not adding any olive oil directly to the bread because there is olive oil in the tomato mixture. My tomatoes have marinated for about 20 minutes, so they've made lots of beautiful juice. Now, you would want to top the toasted bread shortly before you wish to serve this crostino. In typical Kevin fashion, I forgot to add ricotta to the bread after I put the garlic on. So we're going to remedy that right now. As you can see, this crostino is just gorgeous for a party. I'm going to garnish this with some extra basil. I have to taste this. What can I say? This is incredibly delicious. These will be incredibly delicious too, even without the ricotta. The next crostino is topped with chive, pesto, and bacon. This is bacon that I cooked previously and put in the freezer. And I'm just finely dicing the bacon. This is the chive pesto that you and I made together a few weeks ago. I froze it and then I let it thaw overnight and it is ready to spread. Now, which crostino should I use? I think I'm going to use the ones that I cut from the French bread. There is already garlic in the chive pesto, so I do not need to rub the bread with garlic, nor do I need to add olive oil, because there is plenty of olive oil in the pesto. So I'm putting a nice thick layer of the chive pesto on. Mr. Fox and I have been enjoying this chive pesto on anything and everything, including today's crostino. Bacon. Just let the diced bacon rain down on top of the pesto. Another gorgeous crostino for a cocktail party or any other kind of party. Of course, I have to taste this. This is my own invention, and not to toot my own horn, egad, it's delicious. Next up is crostino with ricotta and radish. We need to go back to the garden to fetch a radish. I'm going to rub the bread with garlic, but you don't have to. As you can imagine, there are no exact proportions for any of these ingredients. Depends on how much crostino you are making. I wanted to use goat cheese here, but I forgot to buy it, so I am using ricotta cheese. But I think this would be just fabulous with goat cheese. Of course, it will be fabulous with ricotta as well. Going to slice the radish very thinly on this mandolin. Maybe too thin. Going to add some salt to the ricotta. And then pile on the radish. Then I'm going to add some salt directly to the radishes. Plus some freshly ground pepper. Taste. Really great. You cannot go wrong with this combination, as simple as it is. It's actually got a very sophisticated taste. Next, we are going to make avocado and cannellini bean crostino. We need to go out to the garden to fetch some parsley. I am finely mincing the parsley. I'm transferring the parsley to a smallish bowl. Then I need about a teaspoon of grated lemon zest, a minced clove of garlic, add the garlic to the bowl, a pinch of salt, and grinds of black pepper. Stir. Then I'm going to slice and dice an avocado. My knife must be very sharp because it cut right through that avocado pit. But I do keep my knives very sharp. Dull knife is a dangerous knife. I know some people can dice an avocado while it's still in the skin. I've never tried that before, and I'm not going to try it on camera today. So I'm just scooping the avocado out with a spoon. Now I'm adding cannellini beans to the bowl. These are from a 15.5 ounce can. That's 439 grams. And then I'm going to add the avocado. I maybe should have used a larger bowl. Olive oil, about a tablespoon. Stir. This is a very pretty mixture. I have the pale cannellini beans, the dark green parsley, the pale creamy green avocado. It's very pretty. Here again, I'm going to use the beer bread that you and I made the other day. And just pile that bean mixture onto the bread. Just for tasting, I'm going to put some of this mixture on one of the little toasted rounds of baguette. I think this needs a little more salt. And just a dash of crushed red pepper flakes. Perfect. I'm going to dust this crostino with the red pepper. Finally, we are going to make crostino with mozzarella, prosciutto, and basil. So I have a piece of my baguette here, and I'm cutting it horizontally in half. Then we are going to toast this in olive oil. So I have my cast iron skillet over medium heat, and I'm adding olive oil. Add the baguette cut side down, and let it soak up the olive oil as it toasts. Once the bread has toasted, turn off the heat. Then immediately top the bread with mozzarella cheese. Cover the skillet until the cheese melts. On top of the melted mozzarella, I'm going to drape some beautiful, meltingly delicious prosciutto. Add a basil leaf to each crostino. And how pretty is that? You could do just one type of crostini for a cocktail party, or you could do several. I think this right here would be very satisfying indeed. And it is very satisfying. I love the crunch. I love the melted mozzarella. I love the prosciutto. I love the scent of the basil. This is absolute perfection, as were all of the other crostini we made today. Now, about that cocktail. I'm going to serve sparkling limoncello. I need ice. One part chilled limoncello. Then we need 2 parts of Prosecco. Happy New Year. To garnish this cocktail, I am using a slice of lemon and a sprig of mint. I think we should enjoy our drinks and nibbles outside in the garden. As you can imagine, bruschetta and crostini are not the tidiest things in the world to eat, so make sure to offer your guests a plate and a napkin. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you found this episode both entertaining and useful. And I hope you will try some of these crostini, as well as this cocktail, which I'm going to sip right now. Oh, it's very good. It's very light and very refreshing. Again, thank you so much for spending time with me. And if you missed that beer bread episode, I can link it up here at the end of this video. In the meantime, take good care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.